Hello, hello, hello. I look kind of like a hot mess right now, but that's okay. No one's here yet because this is a surprise live. So if you're watching this on the replay, thank you. If this was a bad stream, I would delete it so you wouldn't even see it. So if you're watching this on replay, that means this is a good stream. I just washed my hair, so it looks a little messy. I haven't brushed it, so it's a little crazy, but that's okay. I need a haircut soon anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna chill until people are here. Veer is here. Hi, Veer. Good to see you. And it would be cool. Let me put it on live chat first before I forget. If anyone could let me know that's here, because I see that there are some people here, that if you have the notification bell rung, hey Juan, hey Benedict, if you've rang my notification bell before, could you let me know if you received the notification? Because YouTube let us know this week, let us creators know that people who ring the notification bell should be getting notifications of lives. So it's like great. Thanks YouTube for for doing what you should have been doing all along. But yeah, if not, no pressure. So okay, Benedict got a notification, so that's awesome. It's working. YouTube just did something. Veer just woke up. I know I just calculated like what time it would be over in Europe, like Greenwich Mean Time and so on. And it's like, oh, it's like nice and early in the morning over there. Veer got a notification too. Thanks. I'm up late. Hey DR, you're up late too. I was up late because I was hoping to record, but the upstairs neighbors are switching between being very loud and very quiet. It's very unpredictable. Somebody downstairs had a huge fight today, like screaming and throwing and dogs barking, and there's still like commotion happening down there. I think it's like there's definitely some kind of breakup that happened, and I think like friends are over for support now, so it's very loud outside. So it's not ideal for filming. So I'm like, I may as well just go live, I guess. So here's what happened. Last night I was filming with this book. Hey JD, thank you for being here. Oh, DR's going to trivia later. Nice. I was filming with this last night and my throat did that thing. Hello, baby gravy. My throat did that thing that happens every so often where it feels like there's something in my throat. It's like a popcorn kernel, but there's nothing there, and I cannot talk. It hurts to breathe. I cough for like hours. It just came out of nowhere. So I've been resting my voice all day. It's feeling fine now. I'm okay. But I have this book out, so I thought, why don't I go through it and make some trivia for you guys? Because I don't know, every time I read through it before I do a video, I think like I could make really easy trivia questions out of these. So I'm going to start back in December. Let's see. Okay. So, okay, now this is very hard. Let's see. The trivia is starting now, folks. Who had an electric workshop in Menlo Park, New Jersey? Who is famous for having an electric laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey? And DR got it. It is Thomas Edison. Good job to DR. It is Thomas Edison. In what place in New York City is the New Year's Eve ball dropped? In what part of New York City do they drop a ball down for New Year's Eve? Apparently every year since 1907, and DR is fired up with late night trivia. It is Times Square. Good job, DR. The answer is Times Square. Let's see. Which Byzantine emperor created the Codex? This was on Jeopardy last night. Who created? DR's already got it. It is Justinian. Yes, it was Justinian. Veer, you know what? It is lagging a little bit for me, Veer. But it looks like it's back to normal now. So, I guess if it still is, go ahead and refresh your page. Let's see. What did miners use? What animal did miners use to detect gas leaks? What animal did miners use to detect gas leaks? DR's on a roll. It is a canary. Good job to DR. It is a canary. Where was the first underground rail line in Asia? Which was the first country in Asia to have an underground rail line? How about that? Which country? Wow, I'll give that to DR. It was Japan, and it was in Tokyo. Good job, DR. You are on a roll. On a roll. Let's see. Let's see. Who painted Girl with a Pearl Earring? Oh, thanks for the hearts. Who painted the classic masterwork Girl with a Pearl Earring? And DR knows a lot about art. It is Vermeer. Good job to DR. And Veer got it too. Which duo first danced together in the film Flying Down to Rio? Which two Hollywood stars first danced together? They were very famous for dancing together in the film Flying Down to Rio. Two very famous dancers. Yep, DR got it. It is Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Good job to DR. Hey, Fire Bro. Good to see you. Well, how about a sports question? Which ice hockey team was the first in NHL history to win 3,000 regular season games? Take a guess. Which NHL team, National Hockey League team, was the first to win 3,000 regular season games? Not the Leafs, DR, but you're close. Not the Oilers, Fire. You're right. You're up in Canada. That's good. And Veer got it. It's the Canadiens. Good job to Veer for getting that one. It was the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens. Where were the first public streetcars in, I guess, in the United States? And is home to the last manually operated cable car system. And Veer got it. It is San Francisco. Good job to Veer. The answer is San Francisco. I was talking to my brother-in-law's chiropractor, who was like so excited to learn I came here from San Francisco. And he's like, "Do you ride the cable cars?" And I'm like, "No, that's for tourists." And he's like, "Oh, well, you know, they're there and they're historic." I'm like, "No, no resident rides those. Only tourists do, okay?" You would ride those on like a last-ditch effort because they are strictly for tourists. Which set of French brothers invented film? They invented the cinematograph. Hey, Ashna. Good morning. Cinematograph. And DR got it. It is the Lumiere brothers. Good job to DR and Veer. The answer is the Lumiere brothers. Which London church is famous for its coronations? DR saw Hugo. Oh, perfect. That's where you learned that from. I just know it because I love film. And DR got it. It is Westminster Abbey. Good job to DR and Veer, who got it too. The answer is Westminster Abbey. Let's see. Who wrote Peter Pan? Or as it was apparently known, it was called Peter and Wendy when it was first released in theaters. Who wrote it? And DR got it. It is J.M. Barrie. Good job to DR. The answer is J.M. Barrie. Good thing you're here, DR. DR, you're like carrying the stream for me. I appreciate it. During which dynasty did Emperor Yongzheng rule? Veer, you should watch the film Finding Neverland. It's about J.M. Barrie. It's played by Johnny Depp. But whatever, it's a great film. Like, you're not a human being if you're not sobbing by the end of it. Not the Ming Dynasty. Which dynasty did Emperor Yongzheng rule during? Well, don't worry about the emperor names. There we go. DR got it. It is the Qing Dynasty. Good job to DR. The answer is the Qing Dynasty. Qing Dynasty. In which country can you find the world's largest cave shaft? And this is not a country that's really known for its caves, I suppose. But take a guess. This cave is deep enough to fit the Eiffel Tower inside of it. Wow. The world's largest cave shaft. Which country do you think the world's largest cave shaft is in? It is not Vietnam. It's not in Southeast Asia. Because when you think large caves, you think Southeast Asia. But this country is not in Southeast Asia. I'll give you a hint in a minute while I look over other questions. It is not the USA, but it is in North America. I'll give you that hint. It's not in the United States, but it is in North America. So, Ashna, it's not France, though that's where the regular Eiffel Tower is right there. I hope you guys couldn't hear the yelling that was happening outside just a minute ago. Like I said, it's still very tense down there from whatever argument happened earlier this day. And DR got it. It is Mexico. It's found in Aquismon in Mexico. Good job to DR. Good guess. It is Mexico. What holiday translates to first fruit in Swahili? What holiday translates to first fruit in Swahili? And DR got it. It is Kwanzaa. Good job to DR. Bonus question. Where was the first Kwanzaa celebrated? You can give me the city or the country, I suppose. But city would be more specific. Which city? It was in the USA. Very good, Veer. But it was not in New York. Okay, now tell me which state was it celebrated in? How about that? It was in the US, but it was not in New York. In which US state did the first Kwanzaa happen? And Veer got it first. It is California. Good job to Veer. Kwanzaa began in Los Angeles, California. Pretty cool, pretty cool. The world's first narrative feature film was called The Story of the Kelly Gang. What outlaw is that movie about? It's about a real person. This film came out in 1906, the first film with narration. The Story of the Kelly Gang is about Ned Kelly. Good job to DR. The answer is Ned Kelly, which, I mean, it was in the title, but I mean, yeah. Let's see. Pum, 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 pum. Don't know how to make a question out of that one. I feel like if I throw out easy ones, because usually at Surprise Labs I do easy ones, but we've got Veer and DR here who are just going to gobble them up. So, Veer found a way to make stale bread line fresh in the microwave. I mean, pop off, Veer. I mean, if you can find a way to microwave bread, go for it. Let's see. Okay, let me make a few questions out of this event. On what day in World War I did Britain and Germany call a one-day truce? Hello, Jorge from Italy. What was the occasion that Britain and Germany declared a one-day truce? And DR got it first. It was Christmas. It was apparently Christmas 1914. What sport did these two factions play outside of the trenches? They played a friendly game of soccer. Good job to DR. They played soccer together. Jared is also here and is nailing it. Very, very cool. Which saint? Oh, Let's see. DR learned a fun fact. Most hardtack in the U.S. is purchased by Alaska Airlines. Interesting. But yeah, Ashna, that was one. There's like a Christmas song about it, but I don't remember how it goes or what it's called about that one day in World War One. Anyway, which saint created the first nativity scene? This person built the first nativity scene in 1223. Which saint created the first nativity scene? Not Benedict, good guess. There's quite a few people who became saints at that time. Not Dominic, not John. Again, the year is 1223. He created the first nativity scene. That's all it really says. Again, if you just joined, I'm making trivia out of this book. So I'm on the December section. I'm not a Christian either, Veer, but I know the saint very well. Not Anselm, not Augustine. Think animals. From what I know about this saint, they're very closely associated with animals. There we go. DR got it. It is Saint Francis. Good job to DR. Isn't that cool? You never really think about like who invented the nativity scene. Who was crowned Holy Roman Emperor on December 25th in the year 800? The year 800, who was crowned Holy Roman Emperor? And DR got it. It is Charlemagne. Good job to TR and Veer. And Skinny Legend, hello. It is Charlemagne. Let's see. Who invented the phonograph? The phonograph, hey Skinny. The phonograph was able to record sounds on metal cylinders and play it back. And DR got it again. It was Thomas Edison once again. Very good to DR. The answer is Thomas Edison. Okay, which World War II U.S. general launched Operation Overlord, which was a plan for the Allies to invade Germany? And DR got it. It was President Eisenhower. Well, before he was president, right? He was General Dwight D. Eisenhower. Good job to TR and Jared. Jared's killing it right now. Let's see. Because remember, I'm doing in this book and I'm in December. In 1818, two people named Joseph Moore and Franz Xaver Gruber invented a famous Christmas carol. What Christmas carol was it? What Christmas carol was first written and performed in 1818? And DR got it. It is Stille Nacht, Silent Night. Good job to DR, who is killing it. It was Silent Night or Stille Nacht. Skinny Legend just got accepted into the Faculty of Psychology at the University of Amsterdam. Hold on. Congratulations! That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. I did my psychology degree and I absolutely loved it. And it's so wonderful to study. So you're going to a good place, Skinny Legend. Congrats to you. That is very, very exciting. So let's see. Let me figure out how to make this into a question. So in 1997, the Vatican set up a big symbol for another religion's holiday. What holiday is it, and what was the symbol? And Ashna got it. It is a menorah. Good job to Ashna. It was a menorah for Hanukkah that the Vatican set up, which is, different, but embracing the world. Pretty cool. Good job, Ashna. The only female ruler of this empire was named Yol Iknal. What empire was she a part of? What empire did she rule over? Yol Iknal. Yol Iknal. Yor Iknal. DR got it. She was a Mayan emperor. Good job to DR. She was an emperor of the Mayans. If you know your Spanish, you're going to get this one. In Mexico, in December, they celebrate Noche de Rabanos. What vegetable do they carve up on that day? Noche de Rabanos. Thanks for all the hearts. I love it. I love that new feature. It's so fun. During Noche de Rabanos, it's not pumpkins or carrots. Jorge got it. It's a radish. Good job to Jorge. They cut up radishes. There's a cute picture of a little mariachi radish band. That's super cute. Yes, poor Ashna didn't know it in English, but now you know. We call them radishes. All right. What Berlin landmark opened up in 1989 after the Berlin Wall fell? December 22nd, 1989. This landmark was finally reopened to both sides of Berlin. What was it? Not the Holocaust Memorial. They probably didn't have that up then. Not Checkpoint Charlie. A very famous Berlin landmark was finally open to both sides of Berlin since the wall had just fallen in 1989. This was on December 22nd. What was that landmark? And DR got it. It's the Brandenburg Gate. Good job to DR. The answer is the Brandenburg Gate. In 1882, a U.S. inventor named Edward H. Johnson invented a very important thing that we put on Christmas trees. What was it? What did Edward H. Johnson invent in 1882 to enhance Christmas trees? Not the star, not gingerbread. Ashna got it. He invented Christmas lights. Good job to Ashna. He invented little Christmas lights so that people didn't have to put candles on the tree anymore, which is such a bad idea. Another invention was patented on December 22nd. In 1891, another American inventor named Seth Wheeler invented something that we use every single day in the bathroom or in Europe at the toilet. What is it? Invented in 1891. U.S. inventor Seth Wheeler invented something that we use in the bathroom, and Ashna got it. It is toilet paper. Apparently, toilet paper, DR, toilet paper existed, but he invented perforated toilet paper so it would rip off easily. Good for him. Let's see. Mud, yes. I'm trying to figure out how to use Galapagos mud in next week's trivia. I'm going to find a way. I think I have some ideas, but we'll see what I go with. I never really know. I get ideas to make trivia, and then I sit down to make it, and it all falls apart. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, this one's going to be a number. I know, poor Alex. The first U.S. spacecraft that had a manned crew to leave Earth's orbit was Apollo what? Which Apollo mission had the first crewed spacecraft to leave Earth's orbit? Not 10, 7, or 9. Jared got it. It's Apollo 8. Good job to Jared. The answer is Apollo 8. Apparently, it orbited the moon. That's pretty cool. Of course, Apollo 11 is the one that landed on the moon. But Apollo 8 was the first people to orbit the moon, from the U.S. at least. Pretty cool. All right, another invention. Apparently, this was invented in ancient Rome, but the first modern version was invented by British-American journalist Arthur Wynne, who got it published in the New York World newspaper. What was it? Yeah, it's very exciting. We're going back to the moon. That's awesome. And I love that the mission's named Artemis. That's perfect. All right. British American journalist Arthur Wynne invented something that was published in the New York World newspaper, and it was the crossword. Good job to Firebro. He invented the crossword. Good job, Firebro. According to popular culture, what year was supposed to be the end of the Mayan calendar? Popular culture wise. Hey, Alex is here. We were just joking about the mud. You're just in time. DR got it. It was 2012, which apparently, it was actually supposed to be like 2008, and we miscalculated it and didn't realize till after 2008, but it obviously didn't predict the end of the world, right? Yes, Alex came just in time. We were just joking about the mud. Oh, good morning, Alex. All right. Who published the children's book called Children's and Household Tales? Which famous children's author published Children's and Household Tales in 1812? 1812. It is kind of nursery rhyming. 1812. I'll say they published Children's and Household Tales. They published. And later the book was changed. Jared got it. It was the Brothers Grimm. Yes, it was later changed to Grimm's Fairy Tales. It was retitled in other editions. It was the Brothers Grimm. Let's see. That one's too hard to make trivia out of. I'll skip that. All right. Oh, that's interesting, but I don't know how to make trivia out of that either. Let me find something else. Let's see. Why did Australia declare a national emergency in 2019? What caused Australia to declare a state of national emergency in 2019? And Veer got it. They were wildfires. Hey, Ditto's here. Good job to Veer. The answer is the terrible, terrible wildfires. So a baby on Vanuatu became the first to receive a vaccine delivered by this. In 2018, I should say, in 2018, a baby on Vanuatu was the first to receive a vaccine delivered by what? Kind of, I wouldn't call it a robot, Veer, but it was some kind of mechanical device. What delivered this vaccine to Vanuatu in 2018? ChatGPT. Not so much like administered, but delivered to Vanuatu. Not delivered it inside the baby. But what delivered it to Vanuatu? Jared got it. It was a drone. The first person to receive a vaccine delivered by drone. Pretty cool. I guess it was a UNICEF organization that organized that. That's pretty cool. Let's see. All right. In 1941, a team of U.S. Army pilots defended China against Japan in World War II. They were known as the Flying Blank, the blank being a type of cat. U.S. Army pilots who fought against Japan and China were known as the Flying Blank. DR got it. It was tigers. Good job, DR. The answer is the Flying Tigers. Okay, how about this? In 1886, this man named Thomas Stevens completed a round-the-world trip on a penny farthing, which is crazy. He finished his quest in Japan What city did he finish in? This was in 1886. He went around the world by penny farthing, which, if you don't know, is one of these bicycles. That sounds so uncomfortable. Not Kyoto, not Sapporo. Firebro got it. It was Yokohama. Good job to Firebro. He went around the world and finished in Yokohama, Japan. Good for him. Someone should do that today. Wow. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'll talk about the cool stuff when I do this video. How did he get through the water? I'm sure he took a boat. All right. Who piloted the first powered heavier-than-air flight, which lasted 12 seconds? He biked through the water right here. Who piloted the first powered heavier-than-air flight? Ashna just broke their phone. I'm so sorry. It's terrible. It was the Wright brothers. Now, which brother was it? Which brother was the one to pilot the first flight? Because it was just one of them. Who was it? DR got it. It was Orville. Good job to DR who got it first. It was Orville Wright. Oh no, Ashna, take care of your phone. My goodness. Let's see. All right, here's something that all the Americans are going to know. So DR is going to get this first. During a protest in the British colonies, which is now America, what did the protesters throw into Boston Harbor? What did protesters throw into Boston Harbor? Jared got it first. It was tea. Good job to Jared. It was the Boston Tea Party. The Boston Tea Party. Yes. In 1999, volcanic clouds from Mount Redoubt caused an aircraft's engines to fail. Thankfully, the aircraft landed safely. But where was this volcano located? DR already knows it was Alaska. Good job to DR. The answer is Alaska. DR lives in walking distance from Boston Harbor. That's awesome. What sweet treat was invented by an Italian named Italo Marchioni in 1903? What sweet treat was invented by Italo Marchioni in 1903? Cannoli, kind of. You know what? I'm going to give that to you, Jared. It's gelato in a way. I read this wrong after I said it. He invented ice cream cones. I should have been more specific, but I asked it wrong. So I'll give gelato to you. He invented what pretty much now today's ice cream cones. Called it ice cream cups. Let's see. How do I phrase this one? In 2009, scientists in Indonesia found an octopus that was using tools in nature. The only animal, or only invertebrate, the only invertebrate known to make their own tools. This octopus was building his own little homes out of what? This octopus in Indonesia was building homes, curling up inside of them. But what was he using to make them? Not coral. Think tropical things that would fall into the ocean. What was this octopus using to build himself little homes? There's a picture of it, and it's really cute. Jared got it. It was coconuts. Let me show you this picture. Look at, he was making coconut houses. That's so cute. Octopuses are very, very smart. Which actor starred in the film Saturday Night Fever? A film question. Octopus's Garden, that's true, DR. And DR got it. It's John Travolta. Good job to DR. The answer is John Travolta. That one's too easy. That one's actually come up in too many trivias beforehand. Fran Drescher, totally. Who retreated out of Russia in 1812 in defeat? Yeah, Octopus Garden is not really a great song. And DR got it. It was Napoleon. Good job to DR for getting it first. The answer is Napoleon. In 2013, what kind of weather phenomena happened in Cairo? What unusual weather phenomena happened in Cairo in 2013? Firebro got it. It snowed. How cool is that? Snow fell on Cairo for the first time in 112 years. Wild. That's so cool. Which? Let's see. Yeah, Dust in Egypt is not unusual. Okay, how about this? Cirque du Soleil in 2017 was the first circus show to perform on what? I was about to say what was the act that performed, but it's Cirque du Soleil. In 2017, Cirque du Soleil was the first circus show to perform on what? Water's close, ditto. Water's very close. Not in the White House. They performed on it. Juan got it. It's ice. They did an ice skating show with stunts and everything. That's pretty cool. Good job to Juan. The first circus act to perform on ice. In 2015, women earned the right to vote in this country. In 2015, women earned the right to vote in this country. Veer got it. It's Saudi Arabia. Good job to Veer. The answer is Saudi Arabia. Pardon me. In 2001, a national park was established where the world's largest cave is located. What country is that in? National Park was established in 2001 at the location of the world's largest cave. It is in Vietnam. Good job to Veer. This time, DR, it's Vietnam. Yes, it is Vietnam now. That is the world's largest cave location. All right. In 2019, scientists discovered 44,000-year-old cave paintings in this country. They're considered the earliest examples of rock art showing animals and humans. Not France. I mean, good guess. That's kind of a given. This is in 2019. 44,000-year-old rock art. Veer got it. It's Indonesia. Good job to Veer. As a bonus point, can you tell me what island in Indonesia? It's not Java. What island in Indonesia? A hard level ASMR Geographica question. Not Sumatra. What island in Indonesia was this art found on? DR got it. It's Sulawesi. Good job, DR. The answer is Sulawesi. Let's see. Which revolutionary gave a speech at the United Nations in 1964? Which revolutionary gave a speech to the United Nations in 1964? Firebro got it. It's Che Guevara. Good job to Firebro. The answer is Che Guevara. No way was Castro ever going to go to New York City. No way. It was Che Guevara. In what city were the world's first traffic lights installed? In what city were the world's first traffic lights installed? Hey, Bazinga. I think those were street lights in Cleveland. I think. It's not in America. Traffic lights, I guess, as in they had red and green lamps in them for stop and go. DR got it. It was London. They were installed outside the Palace of Westminster. Pretty cool. Oh, yes, Eid Mubarak to anyone who's celebrating. Absolutely. Thank you, Bazinga. All right. How about a fun round here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There are 5 different Nobel Prizes. Let's see who's going to name them all. You can give me one at a time, too, because it's a surprise life. Oh, if you're considered converting, I mean, up to you. Bazinga got peace. Science is not one of... Holy moly, DR. Medicine. Nope, you got one wrong. Okay, we've got medicine, we've got peace. There's one for physics. There's one for chemistry. We got literature. Wait, did we get them all? Literature. We got medicine. We got them then. Okay, DR got most of them. Economics is not one. Or maybe it is now. This was I guess this was the first ones. Is there one in economics? We've got them all, Jared. It says right here. Anyway, chemistry, literature, medicine, peace, and physics, it says. I feel like there's one for economics, though. Maybe that's updated. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of, who won the Nobel Prize in... Okay, how about this? Who was the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes in different categories? Right, exactly. It was... Nice way to put it. Veer just put Marie. It's Marie Curie. Good job to Veer for getting it first. It was Marie Curie. First person to win. Ginger Joe. I don't think Ginger Joe's winning any Nobel Prizes for anything. Whose flag consists of a dark blue background with a circle of 12 gold stars? Whose flag is dark blue with 12 gold stars? Veer got it. It's the EU. Good job to Veer for getting it first. It is the European Union. Antonio José de Sucre led an army against Spain in which country's war for independence? Antonio José de Sucre was a war hero. It's not Bolivia. He has a city named after him in Bolivia, but it was not Bolivia. DR got it. He fought for Peru's war for independence. They were one and the same, I think, weren't they? Bolivia and Peru, and then Bolivia split off later on. Yeah, Bolivia was created after Spain left because it's named after Simon Bolivar. If I'm remembering that right. During World War II, the North African campaign of the Allied forces opened fire with this device. It was by the British infantry. What did they fire their opening shots with? It was not a kind of gun. Yeah, exactly, Veer. Not a flamethrower. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I guess it was a kind of gun, but if you saw this in real life, you would not call it a gun. He's something like N. I haven't seen you in forever. A slingshot. Nope, nope, nope. I don't know what that is, Veer. I wish I did. A crossbow? No. This is World War II. It's kind of like a cannon. Kind of like a cannon. Definitely not mustard gas. This is World War II. At that point, that was a war crime. Nope. Okay, so it's a device that someone would. Okay, this is going to give it away. A device that someone would sit inside and fire. They opened their shots in the North African campaign with this. Jared got it. It was a tank. They fired their first shots with a tank. Yeah, I knew that would give it away, but you guys were struggling. All right. Which mountains? Yeah, it was. I was making it more complicated than it was. Which mountain's height was officially changed in 2020? It was recently surveyed, and the mountain has grown. DR got it. It is Everest. Yes, it grew by like 4 feet, which is pretty cool. I don't know it in meters, but I miss some because it used to be 29,028 feet, which is what I always knew growing up. Now it's 29,031.69 feet. I'm sorry, Ashna. I hope your phone will be okay. And I'll see you Wednesday for sure. Take care of yourself, Ashna. How high will it go? Apparently, it's just going to keep growing. It will be growing long after humans are done. Oh dear. Let's see. Who was the first band to play a concert on all 7 continents? Who was the first band to play a concert on all 7 continents? It was not U2, although I'm sure U2 wishes they were the first. Veer got it. It is Metallica. Good job to Veer. The answer is Metallica. Yes, they performed a concert called Freeze 'Em All in Antarctica. Apparently, the crowd had to wear headphones because they were concerned about the noise doing environmental damage. Yeah, the penguins, exactly. I'm sure it was just the scientists there, Jared. All right, let's see. Remember, I am still in December. So the Japanese launched a surprise attack against the U.S. at what military base? On December 7th, 1941. And DR got it first. It was Pearl Harbor. I'm trying not to do those easy ones for you, but I may as well throw one in eventually. The first person to, I should say, the first figure skater to perform the quadruple flip jump was a female athlete from which country? This was at the ICU Grand Prix of figure skating final. Not the USA, not South Korea, not Canada, not China. It was Russia. Good job to Ditto. It was Russia. She was Russian. Alexandra Trusova. So a crew member in Apollo 11 took a picture of Earth 18,000 miles away. What was this photograph titled? A very famous photograph of planet Earth. Let me cover this. I can show you. It's this photograph. What is it famously titled? These are on the right track. Man, Blue Planet is very close. Something like it's Blue Blank. Blue Blank. I'll give you that. It starts with blue. Not Blue World. Sure, I'm not buffering. Looks like it's trying to. Yeah, it's buffering a little bit. Okay. Jared got it. It's Blue Marble. This photograph is called Blue Marble. Blue Marble. Let's see. Let's see. What ballet was first premiered on December 6, 1892 in St. Petersburg? The first ballet performance, December 6, 1892. It's not Swan Lake. December is your biggest hit. DR got it. It's the Nutcracker. Good job to DR for getting it first. It was the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker. Which saint died on December 6th, 343 CE? Which person who's now a saint died on December 6th, 343 CE? December. Not Jesus. It's not St. Paul. It's St. Nicholas. Good job to ditto. The answer is St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas. Okay, what phenomena happened in London in 1592? It was not a fire. Alex has to go. That's okay. Take care, Alex. We'll see you during Wednesday, I'm sure. Thanks for dropping by the surprise live. I don't know how to describe it. It also killed thousands of people. What bizarre weather event? I guess weather event? I don't know how else to describe it. And not the plague. This is 1592. Miasma is closphere. And not quite fog. Not a fog, but a smog. Good job, Fear. It was the Great Smog of London. The Great Smog of London. Let's see. What is the most famous ghost ship, which was found floating in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872? No sign of its crew. They were all never seen again. DR got it. It was the Mary Celeste. Good job to DR. The Mary Celeste is the answer. The crew completely vanished, and we don't know why to this day. Where was the Nyasasaurus discovered? It did not sink. They found the ship. The ship was fine. It's the Mary Celeste mystery. I'm sure there's Ace. I think, first of all, DR got it. Tanzania. Jared, you're very funny, as your name implies. It's from Tanzania, Nyasasaurus, like in Lake Nyasa. Kind of like that, something like it, but more mysterious, I think, because they found the ship totally fine. They found journals and everything. I think they found like food laid out too, right? Anyway, I think French Whisperer has a video, yes, about the Mary Celeste. Should check that out as you're going to sleep next. Let's see. Which famous British crime author disappeared from their home in 1926 and was found 11 days later in a hotel? Veer got it. It's Agatha Christie. Yes, Agatha Christie disappeared for 11 days and said she could not remember what happened. Veer loves Agatha Christie. What mode of transportation was invented by U.S. inventor Dean Kamen in 2001? What mode of transportation was invented in 2001 by U.S. inventor Dean Kamen? DR got it. It's the Segway. The Segway, yes. I wish it was a jetpack. I wish they had real jetpacks. Where was the first successful human-to-human heart transplant located? In what country was the first successful human-to-human heart transplant? It was not Utah. What country? DR got it. It's South Africa. South Africa. Very good. It was in the University of Cape Town in South Africa. Let's see. In 2017, I think so, DR. I think the inventor of the Segway was killed by a Segway. In 2017, astronauts at the International Space Station was delivered this food and had a party. What was it? Yeah, Bazinga got it. They had a pizza party. Something like N says they don't have segways in South Africa. Well, good. Like nobody actually uses segways. I'm fine here, don't worry. The only people who use them are like mall cops, like non-emergency police at shopping centers, and like tourists. Who was sworn in as Prime Minister of Pakistan in 1988? Yeah, Paul Blart, exactly. Those are the only Americans who actually use segways. Who was Pakistan's Prime Minister in 1988? And DR got it. It was Benazir Bhutto, who, yes, was a woman. Yes, it was Benazir Bhutto. Let's see. That one's too easy. Oh, really, Bazinga? Well, I'm sure they're very dangerous things. You really have to know how to use them. What color ribbon do people wear on World AIDS Day? Bazinga, what country are you in, by the way? I think you've told me at some point, but I do not remember. Not white, not yellow. Oh no, ma'am, got it. It is red. Good job, too. Oh no, ma'am. Good to see you, too. It is red. Oh, man, that's right. I do remember. You did tell me that. Yes, I remember now. Let's see. In which city did Rosa Parks refuse to give up her seat on the bus? Rosa Parks was told to give up her seat to a white person. She said no. DR got it. It is Montgomery. Good job to DR. Who knows their American history? It was Montgomery, Alabama. Let's see. In Taiwan in 2007. Oh, that's cool, Bazinga. Thank you. In 2017, in Taiwan, students at the Chinese Culture University witnessed the longest lasting what? It lasted 8 hours and 58 minutes. I guess what weather phenomena did they witness? The world's longest lasting one. That lasted for 8 hours and 58 minutes. What weather phenomenon did they get to see? Thankfully, it was not a typhoon. Definitely not an earthquake. Can you imagine if there was an earthquake that lasted 8 hours? Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool if it was a meteor shower, but it was not a meteor shower. They took photographs of it too, by the way, to prove that it really happened. Not hail, not rainstorm, not lightning. It was not a volcano, not snow. It wasn't something bad. It wasn't Galapagos mud. Jared got it. It was a rainbow. Yes. They witnessed the longest lasting rainbow. that's ever been recorded. Pretty cool. In which country was the first international soccer game hosted? Or football, as the rest of the world calls it. In which country was the first international soccer game played? It was in the UK. Which country was it in the UK? Which country was it? This was in 1872. DR got it. It was Scotland. Yes. The first footy match in the world was England versus Scotland, and it ended in a draw. How interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Edward E. Byrd was the first person to fly over what? This was in 1929, by the way. He was the first person to fly over what? Not an ocean. It's a landmark on the planet. It was in Antarctica. DR, can you be more specific? Where in Antarctica? And Jared got it. It's the South Pole. Yes. The first person to fly over the South Pole. That goes to Jared and TR both. Let's see. What was the first arcade video game? What was the first arcade video game? Richard Byrd? Isn't that what I said, DR? I said Richard E. Byrd. Anyway, DR got that one. It is Pong. Good job to DR. The answer is Pong. Was Pong, Pong, Pong. What physicist created the experiment with the cat in a box? A hypothetical experiment. Who is famous for creating the hypothetical experiment about the cat in the box? And DR got it. It is Schrodinger. Good job to DR. The answer is Schrodinger. Schrodinger's cat. Let's see. Who was the first country to grant women the right to vote? Which country was the first to grant women the right to vote? And DR got it. It's New Zealand. Good job to DR. The answer is New Zealand. It's not really something to get via Schrodinger's cat. It's just the concept of something is inside this box and there's no way to tell the outcome of it. So it's like, doing something would be, oh, that's a real Schrodinger's cat, because there's no way to predict what is going to happen or what is happening. So it's not like an actual experiment. Finland was the first to give full political rights and the right to run in elections. That's awesome. How about in which city in the UK was the first professional soccer team founded? In which UK city was the first football team founded? Not Manchester. I would describe more, but I'm afraid that would be hints. I don't know. Not Liverpool. Not Birmingham. Keep guessing. You guys are on the right track. Not Cardiff. It's in England, by the way. So not Cardiff. Did I say? I just said the UK, huh? That's too vague. It's in England. So not Edinburgh. In which English city was the first soccer club founded? Not London. Not Newcastle. Okay, let me start reading things. It says they had a black and white striped uniform and were nicknamed the Magpies. Not Sheffield, not Kingston, not Weston, not Stratford. There's so many places it could be. And they were called, okay, this is going to give it away. Notts County Football Club. Notts County Football Club. And they were called the Magpies because they wore black and white. Notts County Football Club. Notts County Football Club. Knottsville, no. Jared's never heard of it. I mean, it's probably something that does not exist anymore. Notts County FC. Notts County. I'm trying to emphasize the part that will give it away. Magpies or Newcastle. Oh, I see. There we go. Bazinga got it. It's Nottingham. Good job to Bazinga. The answer is Nottingham. So the first professional football club was founded. Pretty cool. Let's see. How about another city? No, sorry, it doesn't say the city. Which country? Hugh Grant, Julia Roberts movie. Notting Hill. Not Notting Hill, that's in London. Nottingham is a city that's not near London. In which country was the African Circus Arts Festival opened in? The African Circus Arts Festival. So that narrows it down to like 54 countries. In which country was the first African Circus Arts Festival opened? Let's see, not Liberia, not Nigeria, not South Africa, not Kenya, not Madagascar. Let's see, there's nothing in here that will give a hint. Not Tunisia. I mean, just go crazy. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Ditto got it. It's Ethiopia. Good job to Ditto. The answer is Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Pardon me. I'm so sorry. In 1939, British Royal Air Force pilot Douglas Bader returned to duty flying planes after a plane crash where he lost what body parts? He continued to fly a plane, missing, Aiden got it. Good job, Aiden. He had no legs. He had prosthetic legs in 1939. Amazing. Good job to Aiden. He had prosthetic legs. He had lost both his legs. Let's see. So, going back to football, or soccer, as we say in America, a British engineer named John Alexander Brodie invented this in 1890, which made soccer matches much easier, and they were made compulsory for all league matches in 1891. It's not the goal itself, but it has to do with the goal. Aiden got it. It was the nets. He invented goal nets. How cool is that? Something you don't think about, right? Who wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland? Who wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland? I guess I'll give that to Veer. Lewis Carroll. Yes. Lewis Carroll is the answer. Good job, Veer. All right. Let's see. Who coined the term Thanksgiving in 1789? I should say, which American coined the term Thanksgiving in 1789? DR got it. It was George Washington. George Washington. And it wasn't the holiday of Thanksgiving, but he pretty much coined the term Thanksgiving in a speech where he said that there should be a day of public thanksgiving and prayer across the U.S. In 1952, the film Buona Devil was the first feature-length film to feature what? In 1952, the film Buona Devil was the first feature-length film to feature what? Definitely not sound. 1952. Sound was what? 1928. Not subtitles, not colors, not sex. It was Nixon's the only president born in California. Oh, Ronald Reagan wasn't? I know he was governor of California. Not color, not women, Veer, my goodness. It's an aspect of film. It wasn't something in the film. Apparently, the film was about lions. But what aspect of film was this the first film to feature? Definitely not animals. Not CGI, Bazinga, but you're on the right track. It was too early for CGI in 1952. But goodness, not live action animation. What does that mean? Editing? My goodness. They had all of those back in like the 1920s. Like all the things you guys are listing were invented like 30 years before 1952. Something for the audience to experience. That made those lions extra terrifying, apparently. There we go. Bazinga got it. It was 3D. Good job to Bazinga for getting it first. It was 3D film. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm not going to make this into a question, but it's about how in 2020 scientists found a new type of marine invertebrate in Japan and it lived in the mud. Excellent. Oh, I should have made that a question. What substance was it living in? It was living in mud. It's not a mudkip, thankfully. It looks kind of like a tick. It looks really gross. Barbados mud, my goodness. Let's see. British explorer Felicity Aston in 2011 was the first person to ski alone across what? Not the Alps. It was. I'm going to give that to DR. It's Antarctica. She skied across the entirety of Antarctica, so not just to the South Pole and back. It was the entirety of Antarctica. Good for her. That's amazing. Oh, wow. Don't know how to make that into a question, but that's pretty cool. Another unsolved mystery here. It would take a few seconds. That's true, dear. Which famous hijacker parachuted out of an airplane in Washington with 200,000 US dollars and disappeared? What name, what alias did he give? DR knows it's DB Cooper. Yes, Dan Cooper, DB Cooper. Let's see. In 1974, scientists Donald Johanson and Tom Gray found a skeleton and named it what? Yeah, apparently a kid found some of the bills, but I don't think it was ever confirmed that it was DB Cooper's money. But like it pretty much is, right? Not Tut, not Otzi, and definitely not Joe Bob. It was a female skeleton. I'll give you that. DR got it. It's Lucy. Yes, it is Lucy. There's BTS right here, but I don't know how to make them into a question. But I love BTS. Yeah, I don't think he survived. I think he died somewhere and we've never found his body. Goodness. All right. BTS stands for Bangtan Soyeondan. which means bulletproof Boy Scouts in Korean. But they officially changed it to something else, but it's stupid, and we still call them Bangtansoyeondan. So, yeah, I think he did not survive, and his body was eaten, and we'll never find him. But it's still really strange that we don't know who he even was, right? All right. In 1976, French diver Jacques Mayol performed the deepest free dive in the Mediterranean off the coast of which island? The deepest ever free dive off the coast of which island? It was not Malta or Crete. I give you the hint that it's in the Mediterranean. So there's a lot of islands it could be, but it's one of like the big ones, I suppose. Not Cyprus, not Corsica, not Ibiza. Not Sardinia. Not Majorca. It's an Italian island. How about that? I'm making these questions too vague. Ibiza is in the Mediterranean, technically. The Canary Islands are not. Not Sardinia, not Capri. Not Sicily. I'm trying to hesitate if I want to give you the hint. Not Venice. Think Napoleon. There we go. Ditto got it. It's Elba. Good job to Ditto. He dived off the coast of Elba. Who became Queen of the Netherlands in 1890? At the age of 10. I didn't know that. I knew she was young. My goodness. Who was Queen of the Netherlands in 1890? Not Beatrix, not Margaret. Think Queen during World War I. Napoleon was Corsican? You're right. He was exiled to Elba, though, right? Veer got it. It's Queen Wilhelmina. Good job to Veer. The answer is Queen Wilhelmina. Yes, Napoleon was exiled to Elba. There we go. I knew Napoleon had something to do with it. All right. Who was assassinated on November 22nd, 1963? Who was very famously assassinated on November 22nd, 1963? Hey, Norse guy. DR got it. It's JFK. Good job to DR. The answer is John F. Kennedy. That one's too easy. That one's too easy. I can't believe his parents named him after an airport. What a concept. Let's see. That's too hard. All right. Let's see who remembers this. Is life in Reno good? It's fine. I'm from California, where things are kind of different from the rest of the world, apparently. Everybody in Reno smokes, like everybody. And in California, nobody smokes. So it's hard to adjust to the smell everywhere. Like every single one of my neighbors smokes, and it stinks in my apartment building. And then you go to places and everyone is smoking. Like I think it's a Nevada thing because the laws are much more relaxed in Nevada. But like right now, that's the hardest adjustment, is to get used to the fact that there is smoke everywhere. It drives me nuts. All right. Ooh, Roswell. That's cool. Roswell is in New Mexico, but that's pretty cool. Smokes or smokes, like cigarette smokes and marijuana smoke. But it's just everywhere. Oh, there you go. Area 51. is in Nevada, right? No. Wait. Area 51's in southern Nevada. No. It's in New Mexico. Wow. Yeah, and it's like, I don't care if you smoke. It's just the fact that it's everywhere. Like, just the mind boggling thing that everybody smokes. Like, it would be like shocking to be out and about in California and see like a person smoking out in public. Like, yeah, it's like I've been to France where everyone smokes, but that was kind of to be expected. And I've been to Las Vegas a couple of times and knew that like smoking's allowed indoors there. But like, I just didn't realize that everyone just does it all the time everywhere here. It's crazy. Okay. Who remembers this ditty? Yeah, exactly. Ditto. Smoke is one of my big migraine triggers, and not just like cigarette smoke, but like wildfire smoke and all of that, you know? So my migraine triggers are everywhere. It's horrible. So I've never smoked either. It's my migraine trigger. So Elon Musk in 2019 invented a vehicle. What was it called? He claimed that it was shatterproof, and at the demonstration for it, the window smashed on stage. So obviously, this vehicle was never made. But who remembers what it was called? This was in 2019. It's not the Roadster. It was an electric truck. Or, yes. Do you think it was staged? No. Super truck is close, Jared. It's a blink truck. Elon Musk is a joke, right? It was, there we go. Lucy's here. Never wrong. Lucy comes in with the answer. It was the Cybertruck. He was hailing it as like the truck of the future. It's indestructible, and it was immediately destroyed during the demonstration. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Let's see. That's too hard. Right? Like, yes, Lucy has arrived. Yeah, like the fact that SpaceX, like Elon Musk thinks 420 is really a funny thing, just like the concept of 420. And he decided to launch a spaceship, a rocket on 420, and it blew up. I don't know. He's a confusing character. Something like N, I believe, is in South Africa, where Elon Musk is a pretty big role model. But I am from the place where he built Tesla, and there we hate him. We have been hating Elon Musk since like 2004. Like, the Bay Area is very familiar with Elon Musk, and we have hated him for decades. And now it's like the world finally realizes what an idiot this man is. Like, I don't know. If I was the world's richest man, I would be handing out money like it was nothing, right? What happened in 2004? That was when he started, that's when he bought the land where he built Tesla. And he was just an annoying neighbor. And we've been hating on Elon. We had a nickname for him, which was just, we'd call him fucking Elon. Like, we didn't say, oh, Elon Musk, you know, he was fucking Elon. God damn, it's fucking Elon again. We've always hated Elon Musk in the Bay Area, and now everyone understands. No, we're not going to do a live where we just hate on somebody. We're going to continue playing trivia, is what we're going to do. Which fictional character made their debut in A Study in Scarlet? Which fictional character made their debut in the book A Study in Scarlet? And Veer got it. It's Sherlock Holmes. Good job to Veer. The answer is Sherlock Holmes. All right. In 1866, a toy was invented by Americans James L. Haven and Charles Hetrick. They called it the whirligig. What do we call it nowadays? It was not the Lego that was very famously invented in Denmark. It's the yo-yo. Good job to DR. The answer is the yo-yo. The yo-yo. Bum, 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 bum. What famous speech did Abraham Lincoln deliver in Pennsylvania in 1863? Pretty much like the only famous speech he delivered, to be honest. All the Americans here will get it. Yep, DR got it. It's the Gettysburg Address. Good job to DR. The answer is the Gettysburg Address. Gettysburg Address. On the beach. That would be cool. I hope he had some nice beach days. In 1962, U.S. mathematician Edward Lorenz wrote a paper for a theory that was later called the butterfly blank. I should have said, anyway, I'll let you guys get it. I phrased that poorly. The butterfly blank. Yep, Ditto got it. The effect. I should have said the blank effect, but whatever. It's the butterfly effect. What World War I battle was fought on November 18th, 1916? One of the deadliest battles ever. 3 million soldiers died. And DR got it. It's the Battle of the Somme. Good job to DR. The answer is the Battle of the Somme. Let's see. Another invention here. In 1970, U.S. inventor Douglas Engelbart invented an accessory for a computer. What was it? In 1970, a U.S. inventor invented an accessory for computers. DR got it. It's the mouse. Good job to DR. The answer is the mouse. What famous waterway opened on November 17th, 1869? What famous waterway was opened on November 17th, 1869? And DR got it. It's the Suez Canal. Good job to DR. The answer is the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal. Let's see. Oh, weird. Okay. Well. That's where the boat was stuck. Yes. Let's see. Ever Given was in 2021. Something like, and it was a boat. I mean, yes, it was a ship, but it's more fun to say a boat. Boat stuck was just a sentence where I lived. Boat stuck was just, that was the whole sentence. Big boat stuck. Which king died in the Battle of Lutzen in 1632? Which famous king died in the Battle of Lutzen in 1632? Probably Veer. And DR got it. It was King Gustav Adolphus. Gustavus Adolphus, yes. Very wild and crazy guy. But a very noble one, wasn't he? Let's see. That's the Swedish king, yeah. The very eccentric, wild Swedish king, yes. There's so many inventions in this one. Which empire did Francisco Pizarro end? Which empire was Francisco Pizarro famously brought to an end? And DR got it. It's the Inca. Good job to DR. It was the Inca Empire. Let's see. Who knows the name of the 6-year-old who in 1960 was the first Black child to enroll in an all-white elementary school in Louisiana? There's a picture over here. Very famous person. And I'll give that to Veer, I guess. Ruby is her name. She was known as Ruby Bridges. I don't know if her name has changed since. She is still alive. Like, that's crazy. She's still alive today. The first Black child to enter an all-white school. It must have been horrible, especially at 6 years old. My gosh. Imagine all she's gone through, right? Convicted in Ginger DR. Okay. Why did I almost say Ginger Joe instead of DR? You guys have, like, corrupted my mind. Who wrote Treasure Island? Who wrote Treasure Island? Who wrote Treasure Island? Yeah, Little Rock was really bad, right? And DR got it. It was Robert Louis Stevenson. Good job to DR. The answer is Robert Louis Stevenson. All right, this is funny. Which treasure, not the Muppets. Although that movie slaps, okay. Let's see. So in 2020, in Athens, a bust of Hermes was discovered, dating from 300 BCE. Where in Athens was it found? Don't get specific, just like a part of the city. Not in the Acropolis. It's like something that every city has. Like, where in the city was it found? Like, it's not exclusive to Athens. Every city has one. Not in a cemetery. In the downtown. No, not Jared, not in the downtown. Not in the Parliament. Lucy, never wrong. Lucy got it. It was in the sewer. Good job to Lucy. They found it in the sewer. And it says that the sculpture was still in good condition, despite all that. Let's see. Wow. Who took the first selfie in space? There's a picture of it here. Which famous astronaut was the first person to take a selfie in space? You can see his face there. And Aiden got it. It was Buzz Aldrin. Good job to Aiden. The answer is Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin. All right. So, was he American? Yes, he's American. Not Lance Armstrong. Oh, I haven't heard that ditto. That's interesting. Is he American? Get it? I get it now. Yeah, he got to be first in that. All right. So, in France in 1859, this daredevil first performed a flying trapeze act, but he also technically invented the type of outfit that he was wearing. I can't tell you his name because that would give it away. What clothing item did he invent that helped him use the flying trapeze a lot easier? And DR got it. It's the leotard. His name was Jules Léotard. That's how we get the leotard. How interesting is that? Let's see. What famous road goes from Chicago to Los Angeles? Which famous road goes from Chicago to Los Angeles? Specifically Santa Monica. DR got it first. It's Route 66. Good job to DR for getting it first. The answer is Route 66. Let's see. In World War II, it's not the highway to hell. In World War II, in what country did the Battle of El Alamein take place? The Battle of El Alamein. What country did that battle take place in? DR got it. It is Egypt. Good job to DR. The answer is Egypt. 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 In what country can you find the largest telescope in the southern hemisphere? In which country? This book is so heavy just to hold. In which country can you find the largest telescope in the southern hemisphere? And Something Like N got it. It is South Africa. Good job to Something Like N, our resident South African. The answer is South Africa. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Bellux, good to see you. Let's see. What was destroyed on November 9th, 1989? Wouldn't it, Veer? I love that there's so many international people. It's so cool. DR got it first. It's the Berlin Wall. Good job to DR. The answer is the Berlin Wall. It would be cool to have some kind of meeting somehow. But I don't know. I feel like if I were to have a meetup, it would be like Machu Picchu. It would be at some random place in the world. Aiden's from Ireland. That's amazing. It would be like, let's meet up at this spot on the Great Wall of China, right? It would be something like that. It wouldn't just be like at some random place that's really obvious. I would make it extreme. Bellux is Georgian, I remember, yes. Rapa Nui, exactly. Let's have a meetup at Easter. Oh, at Christ the Redeemer. That might be too public, Fear. There's too many people there. Yeah, ASMR Geographica meetup at Rapa Nui, exactly. Something like that. Let's see. Here's one for the Americans. Yeah, we all know that Veer's Finnish. What was the name of the ship that the Pilgrims came to America on in 1620? What was the name of their ship? And Veer got it first. It's the Mayflower. Good job to Veer. The answer is the Mayflower. If I had $1 for every time I've talked to someone who was, I had an ancestor on the Mayflower, like, cool. You and like 50 million other people. But whatever. That's something that's said a lot in America. So in 2020, Veer did not have an ancestor. Hi, Julia. In 2020, a giraffe in Kenya was fitted with a tracking device because it was exceptionally rare. What was rare about it? What was so rare about this giraffe that it was put under protection and is tracked intensively? And Aaron got it. It's a white giraffe. It's albino. Good job to Aaron. 72 million English descended people in the United States. That's amazing, something like it. But yes, it was a white giraffe. Isn't that amazing? So the inventor of the, oh wait, actually Veer did? Veer did. I'm sorry, Veer did get it first. It's because you typed it funny. Okay, Veer got it first, actually. Okay, Veer got it first. The inventor of the X-ray tested it off on his wife. What part of her did he X-ray? The inventor of the X-ray was Wilhelm Röntgen, and he X-rayed a part of his wife. What was it? Ooh, Ditto got it. It was her hand. And there's a picture of it. Oh, I see. There's her hand. You can see there's a ring there. I see it. That's really weird. It was her hand. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Oh, you just call them Rontgens in Finnish? That's amazing. That's so cool. In 1492, in a wheat field in France, something very remarkable happened. A astronomical event happened there, and it's the oldest one ever recorded. What was it? It was not a UFO, but you're on the right track. It was not the Virgin Mary. It was a meteor. Good job to Ditto for getting it first. It was a meteorite, the oldest meteorite with an exact recorded date of impact. Because obviously we know of earlier meteors and things like that. Obviously. Let's see. In which state was the first game of American football played in? Which U.S. state was American football first played in? Not Connecticut, DR, but you're in the right neighborhood. Not Pennsylvania, not Massachusetts, not Texas, not New York. You're in the right vicinity. Not Ohio, not Delaware, not New Hampshire. It is the East Coast, Jared. DR got it. It is New Jersey. Good job to DR. The answer is New Jersey. Who was arrested in, here's another something like N. Who was arrested in South Africa on November 6th, 1913? Who was arrested in South Africa on November 6th, 1913? So it was not Nelson Mandela. The oldest American football game was Princeton versus Rutgers. 1913. Yeah, Nelson Mandela was probably not born. And Never Wrong Lucy got it. It was Gandhi. Good job to Never Wrong Lucy. The answer is Mahatma Gandhi was arrested in South Africa on that day, protesting against a tax on workers. Let's see. A fire was put out on November 6, 1991 that had been burning for 10 months. What country was it burning in? November 6, 1991, a big fire that had been burning for 10 months was finally put out. Where was it? And think about what's happening in the world in 1991. They're never going to put out that fire in Turkmenistan. Yes, 10 months. So why was that? How could that fire have been burning for 10 months? I've given you all the clues, Mr. Policeman. Aaron, you're very close. Yes, something like N got it. It is Kuwait because it was after Iraq had withdrawn during the Gulf War and after, and yeah, 91. When they were retreating, they burned all the oil fields. So that fire had been burning for 10 months because it was all, yeah, they lit the wells on fire. Exactly. Aaron figured it out from all of my hints. Let's see. Who was the longest serving U.S. president? Who was the longest serving U.S. president? And DR got it. It's FDR. Franklin Roosevelt. Good job to DR for getting it first. Jared, you have to be careful saying Roosevelt because there were two Roosevelts. So in trivia, you have to be specific if there is more than one famous person with that last name. What is celebrated in Great Britain on November 5th? What is celebrated in Great Britain on November 5th? I'll give that to Alto. Bonfire Night. Yes. The answer is Bonfire Night, or just like Guy Fawkes, I guess. Is it early in the morning? It is 3:30 in the morning, something like that. Because this is my window. That's nighttime. It's reflecting my door there. It is nighttime. It is Guy Fawkes Day, yes. Bonfire Night. A bonus question. When Guy Fawkes and friends was trying to blow up Parliament, who was he intending to kill? You do Guy Fawkes in South Africa? Why no sleeping? Because I'm not. For the same way you don't sleep when you play trivia with me, Veer. And DR got it. It was James the First. Job to DR. The answer is James the First. Ashna, take care of your phone. Don't worry about it, Ashna. Go take care of your. Go get a new phone. Trivia is worth more than sleep, I guess. Just the king. Yeah. Okay. Take care, Ashna. Don't strain your eyes too hard. You have an appointment. Good. What type of primate did Jane Goodall study? What type of primate did Jane Goodall study extensively? It was not gorillas. It was chimpanzees. That goes to Veer. The answer is chimpanzees. Chimpanzees. In which city can you find the oldest continuously active opera house? Yeah, Diane Fossey was Gorillas in the Mist. She's still alive, but I don't think that she still does chimp research, right? It is not Milan, DR, but you are very close. It is in Italy. It is in Italy. And not Venice. Not Florence. It is Naples. Good job to Veer. The answer is Naples. It is the Teatro di San Carlo, inaugurated in 1737. Interesting. Let's see. That's too hard. Julia, it's fine, don't worry. In 2012, some news agencies reported that there is an elephant in this country that could talk, that could make sounds with its mouth that sounded like the language of this country. Which country is it? Not India. It is an Asian country. I'll give you that. It's an Asian elephant. Not Thailand. I can give you some of the words it was saying. It was saying words, apparently. It was saying words like Joa, Anya, and Anyang. here. Not Japan, not Cambodia, not Sri Lanka. Bill X got it. It's Korea, or specifically South Korean. Good job to Bill X. The answer is South Korea. They said that when this elephant put its trunk in its mouth, it could talk, it could make sounds that sounded like Korean. So, interesting. So this, yeah, it means hello. Yes. So let's see. Two library books were borrowed from the New York Society Library by a U.S. president and was never returned. Which president was it? Apparently, by 2010, the fees were over $300,000. Which president was it? If I gave you the year, it would give it away. DR would know it in an instant because DR knows a lot about American history. It was, let's see. It was not Nixon. It was not a president from the 20th century. How about that? It was not a president from the 20th century, and it was not Martin Van Buren. It was probably just an accident. Never Wrong Lucy is here. It was George Washington. Good job to Never Wrong Lucy. It was George Washington. He checked them out in 1789 and never returned them. Whoops. Don't do that. Let's see, that's going to be too hard. Oh yeah, they totally had libraries back then. Who had in New York City the first solo exhibition of a Mexican painter? Who was the first Mexican painter to have a solo exhibition in New York City? And Ashna got it. It's Frida Kahlo. Good job to Ashna. It is Frida Kahlo. It was not Diego Rivera. It was his wife, Frida Kahlo. What holiday is celebrated in Mexico on November 1st? What holiday is celebrated in Mexico on November 1st? And DR got it. It's Dia de los Muertos. Good job to DR. The answer is the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. Let's throw out an easy one. Who painted the Sistine Chapel in Rome? Who painted the Sistine Chapel? Let's see who's the fastest. It's Ashna. It's Michelangelo with the broken phone. Ashna coming in first with the Michelangelo. Good job to Ashna. It is Michelangelo. In 2000, DR's got to go. Have a great rest of your night, DR. Try to get some sleep. It's very, very late where you are. You're probably the latest out of everyone here. Ashna was at the Prado Museum. Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to go there so bad. Bye, DR. Take care. Take care. In 2000, the first humanoid robot was invented in this country. I would cry too, Ashna. I would love to go there. In 2000, the first humanoid robot was invented in Japan. That goes to Alto. Good job to Alto. The answer is Japan. Japan. All right. Martin Luther very famously nailed a letter to the door. It was how many theses? How many theses did Martin Luther nail to the church door? It was higher than 13. Higher than 72, lower than 300. I'm going to have to go easier on you now that DR is gone. But we got Veer. It is 95. Martin Luther's 95 Theses. 95 Theses. It was basically, yeah, Veer was a Lutheran. So yeah, you should know that. One of my best friends is Lutheran, and she has a Lego set of Martin Luther nailing the theses to the door. It's like, why do they have a Lego set of Martin Luther? But they have Legos of everything nowadays. But yeah, he was questioning the Catholic Church. So basically, the theses are questions that he was posing to the Catholic Church. He nailed them onto his local church door. He got excommunicated from the church, and that started the Reformation in Protestantism, or, protesting. Protestantism. Let's see. And my grandparents were Lutheran too. Let's see. Who wrote The War of the Worlds? Who wrote The War of the Worlds? Ashna was Catholic and became Jewish. Janice is a little behind. Veer got it. It's H.G. Wells. Good job to Veer. The answer is H.G. Wells. Let's go way back. Who founded the Achaemenid Empire? Who conquered the Babylonians in 539 BCE and became the founder of the Achaemenid Persian Empire? Veer has a copy of War of the Worlds. That's cool. As a hint, I think this was the first person to have the Great after their name. It's not Alexander. He destroyed the Achaemenid Persian Empire. He burnt it down. Who was the founder of the Achaemenid Empire? Definitely not Ramses. He was over in Egypt. This is in Babylon. We don't know. See, now DR's gone. I have to make the questions a lot easier. I'll give that to Veer. Sure. It's Cyrus the Great. Good job, Veer. The answer is Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great. Ashna's like a solo straight guy at a Gaga concert. Well, Cyrus the Great is important to Jewish history, Ashna, because all of the slaves that had been rounded up in Israel, either Israel or Judea, were brought to Babylon, and when Cyrus arrived and conquered, he set them all free. He said, religious tolerance. I don't care. Just go about your lives. It's like a big moment in early Jewish history. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, exactly, Ashna. What did U.S. inventor Eli Whitney invent? And that's a word I can't say in my accent. Whitney. Eli Whitney invented something that changed American history forever. And Jared got it. It's the cotton gin. Good job to Jared. He invented the cotton gin, a way to process cotton a lot faster, and created a boom in the cotton industry, which led to lots of slavery. All right. Let's get a cotton gin. It says right here, a machine that quickly and easily removed cotton fibers from their seeds. It made harvesting cotton a lot easier and faster, which led to people wanting more slaves so they could grow more cotton, and a civil war happened. How about who wrote Gulliver's Travels? Who wrote Gulliver's Travels, a satirical adventure novel? Jared's got it for us. Who wrote Gulliver's Travels? What's his face? You got it, Ashna. What's his face? I don't know who Twain is. Watch the show North and South. No, but I've heard about it. It's about the factory of that machine. Interesting. Gulliver's Travels tells the story of Lemuel Gulliver. It's not Mark Twain. Including his journey to the islands of Lilliput and Blefuscu, which are populated by tiny people. Asha's got a cat. That's more important. Ditto's got it. It's Jonathan Swift. Good job to Ditto. The answer is Jonathan Swift. Let's see if anyone can get this. What does Beijing translate to in English? Let's get guessing. What does Beijing translate to in English? As you guys guess, I'll start giving out hints, so start guessing. Let me grab a sip of water. Not Forbidden City. That's the name of the castle in Beijing. Lucky Bay is way off. Chair. No. What is that light twinkling outside? I can see it in my window. That light. What is that? It is the airport. That's the Reno Tahoe International Airport blinking in the background. Beijing translates to blank capital. Blank capital. Good, Ditto got it. It's Northern Capital. Good job to Ditto. The answer is Northern Capital. Northern Capital. In 2019, an actor named Wes Studi was given the Governor's Award, which is an Academy Award Lifetime Achievement. He became the first what to win an Oscar? Wes Studi was the first blank to win an Oscar. And Veer got it. He was the first Native American to win an Oscar. Good job to Veer. He was the first, it says, Indigenous American actor to win an Oscar. Blind musicians Amadou and Mariam are from which French-speaking country? They are platinum-selling recording artists. They've sold over 300,000 copies of their Afro Blues album, Dimanche. I can't tell you the title because that would give it away. Veer got it. It's Mali. Their record's called Dimanche Bamako, which is Sunday in Bamako, which is the capital of Mali. So I almost completely ruined it. They are from Mali. Let's see. In 1975, 1975, Evel Knievel did a motorcycle stunt where he jumped over 14 what? It's the longest jump of his career. He jumped over 14 what? Not quite cars, it was buses. Good job to Alto. He jumped over 14 buses. Let's throw out an easy one. Who was the leader of the Bolsheviks in Russia? I got a cough. Buses are not cars. They are different. 14, yes. Veer got it first. It's Vladimir Lenin. Good job to Veer. The answer is Vladimir Lenin. Experts at the University of Chicago in 2001 revealed they had been studying the 110 million-year-old fossil of what animal? It's an animal that's Bill X has to go. Bye, Bill X. Hopefully, I'll see you soon later. Anyone visit Lenin recently? He's still laying there in Moscow. He's going to be laying there for a while. Ditto, you are awfully close. It's not an alligator. It's not an alligator, but a crocodile. Good job, to Veer. The answer is a crocodile. Kind of same difference. 110 million year old crocodile. On her 63rd birthday in 1901, U.S. teacher Annie Edson Taylor climbed into a barrel and fell down what? On purpose. What did Annie Edson Taylor drop down? And Veer got it. It's Niagara Falls. Yes. The first person to survive falling down Niagara Falls. And she only had minor cuts and bruises. When the stock market crashed in 1929, the New York stock market crashed in 1929, what is that day known as? What is that day called in history? It's not Black Tuesday, Veer. It's not Black Wednesday. Not Tuesday or Wednesday. You guys are definitely on the right track here. Not Black Monday. Not Black Friday. We're almost there. There's only a few left. Not Black Sunday. Not Black Saturday. The last one you guys haven't said. Alto got it. It's Black Thursday. Good job to Alto. The answer is Black Thursday. Black Thursday. Let's see. Luckily it's only 7. Yeah, we got there eventually. In which country can you find the world's longest sea bridge tunnel system? Exactly, Ashna. Yes, Black Mondays and Black Fridays are a good thing in America nowadays. You know, I always thought it was Tuesday too, but my book clearly says Thursday. I don't know. Ashna got it. It is China. Good job to Ashna. The answer is China. It connects Hong Kong to mainland China. Maybe Black Tuesday was another day, Veer, and we're getting it confused because I know I've heard Black Tuesday in relation to the stock market. So yeah, Black Thursday was the one in 1929. All right. In 1797, French balloonist André Jacques Gonerin. See, Black Tuesday. Anyway, we're going to move on. Black Thursday was October 24th. So Black Tuesday was October 29th. In 1979, French balloonist André Jacques Gonerin became the first person to go up in a hot air balloon and do what? This balloonist, because back in the day, there were balloonists. He went up high in a balloon and did something. He did jump, but how did he jump? What did he use to help him jump? He used a parachute is the word I'm looking for. Air and skydive isn't quite it since it's from a balloon. Close enough, but he was the first person to successfully parachute out of a balloon. So I'm going to give that to Ditto. Let's see. Let's see. What nurse became famous for her work in the Crimean War? I'm throwing out an easy one. What nurse became famous for her work in the Crimean War? And Veer got it first. It's Florence Nightingale. Good job to Veer. The answer is Florence Nightingale. I'm not going to throw out an obscure Japanese history question at you guys. In what city can you find the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum? There's a picture of the, oh goodness, this book is so heavy, museum. Where can you find this museum? This Guggenheim Museum. It's not the one in Bilbao. The Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum is in New York City. Good job to Ditto. The answer is New York City. New York City. Let's see. In 1968, during Mexico City's Olympic Games, U.S. student Dick Fosbury changed the sport of high jumping forever. How? What did he do? U.S. student Dick Fosbury transformed the sport of high jumping forever. He jumped high. Fear. Not quite upside down. He jumped down. Upside down isn't quite the word for it. I'll give that to Veer. He went over backwards. He was the first to go over backwards. So back first technique. I'll give that to Veer. And he won the gold medal. He was the first to go over backwards. And now everyone goes over backwards because apparently that is the way to do it best. He just died. He did not die. Let's see. What famous is the Fosbury Flop? That's what it says. Dick Fosbury. Good job, Aiden. What famous building opened on October 20th, 1973? No, Ashna, that would have been horrible. What famous building opened on October 20th, 1973? Like one of those buildings that's like an instant recognizable for anyone in the world. Like a very, very famous building. And not the World Trade Center. October 20th, 1973. Not the Empire State Building. That was like 1920s. 1973. If I give you any hints, it's going to give it away. So think like an incredibly, incredibly famous building that is instantly recognizable. Definitely not Alto. Not the London Eye. That was like 2000. October 20th, 1973. It took 14 years to build and was opened to the public by Queen Elizabeth II. So it's not the Sears Tower. There we go. Veer got it. It's the Sydney Opera House. Good job to Veer. The answer is the Sydney Opera House. Sydney Opera House. Let's see. I don't know if I should throw out American Revolution history. Is anyone here from America, or are you all asleep? It's 4 a.m. in California. Could I throw out American Revolution history? Ditto says yeah. Okay. At which battle did General Cornwallis surrender to George Washington which marked the end of the American Revolution. Which battle was it? Which battle did Cornwallis surrender in? Beer does not know. It is kind of like intense American history. It's one of those things that you learn in the American public school system, and then you're like, okay, and you immediately just forget it because it's not important to your life whatsoever. But Veer got it. It is Yorktown. Good job to Veer. The answer is the Battle of Yorktown. The Battle of Yorktown. Oh, I'm feeling sleepy finally. I'm starting to feel tired. Who wrote Moby Dick? Who wrote Moby Dick? Oh dear, they didn't teach history in Catholic school. Interesting. Veer got it first. It's Herman Melville. Good job to Veer. The answer is Herman Melville. Let's see. Who was the only female ruler of China? Who was the only female ruler of China? Was the only female ruler of China? Very famous lady. And Ditto got it. It is Wu Zetian. Good job to Ditto. The answer is Wu Zetian. She was empress in the year 690. All right. That's crazy, Ashna. Wow. Wu is enough, sure. I mean, that was her surname, and people give surname answers, so Wu Zetian is good enough for me. Or just Wu, I suppose. All right, let's see what happens here. So in 2008, in Tehran, they were attempting to make the world's longest blank, but people started to eat it before the judges could measure it. So what food was it? They were making the world's longest blank, but then people started to eat it before it could be measured. Can you imagine the world's longest sausage? That's kind of scary, to be honest. Definitely not a bagel. Although bread is involved. There is bread in this dish. It's not just bread, though, Alto. So it's not like naan. It's a long bagel. Not a pizza. It's not just bread. It's bread with other things. And Alto got it. It's a sandwich. They were making the world's largest sandwich. This was in 2008. But then people started to eat it before it was officially measured. All right. All right. In 1384, a 9-year-old girl named Jadwiga was crowned king of which country? In 1384, a 9-year-old girl named Jadwiga was crowned king of which country? Not Cambodia, not Norway. I hope I'm saying her name right. There's no accents, so I hope so. And Veer got it. It is Poland. Good job to Veer. The answer is Poland. Who was beheaded on October 16th, 1793? Which famous figure in history was beheaded on October 16th, 1793? Not Louis. Well, maybe he was, but there we go. Marie is always going for his wife, Marie Antoinette. I think he was beheaded the day before her, I want to say, but I'm not sure. Who wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Who wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? And Ashna got it. It is C.S. Lewis. Good Good job to Ashna. The answer is C.S. Lewis. Fear, that's horrible, but I laughed at it. On the same vein, kind of, who wrote Charlotte's Web? Who wrote Charlotte's Web? Charlotte's Web. Hey, MBDTF, we are having a great night, yes. Not Lewis Carroll. Very, very famous American author. He wrote Stuart Little, among other books that I can't remember. There you go. It's E.B. White. Good job to Veer. The answer is E.B. White. Who is the all-time points scorer in the NHL, the National Hockey League? Who's the all-time top sports scorer in the NHL? Stuart Little is weird. And Veer got it. It is Wayne Gretzky. Good job to Veer. The answer is Wayne Gretzky. Let's see. Ashna loves Stuart Little. What famous battle was fought on October 14th, 1066? What famous battle was fought on October 14th, 1066? It's the Battle of Hastings. Good job to Ditto for getting it first. The answer is the Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings. And just another question that just came to mind. You've never heard of the Battle of Hastings, Veer? That was William the Conqueror. So William the Conqueror was fighting King Harold II for the throne of England. How did King Harold die? I know, Ditto, you're on a roll. How did King Harold die on the battlefield? He was not beheaded. Killed by a wild boar. Okay, he was shot by an arrow in what body part? Aaron got it, an arrow, but where in his body did the arrow hit him? Gotta be more specific, Veer. Ashna got it, in the eye. He was shot in the eye. Ouch. He was shot in the eye with an arrow. Which British mathematician wrote the first computer program? Which British mathematician wrote the first computer program? Not Stephen Hawking, not Alan Turing. Veer got it. It's Ada Lovelace. Good job to Veer. The answer is Ada Lovelace. Ada Lovelace. Let's see. Yeah. Hardcore girl boss, right? Let's see. I can tell I'm getting tired because it's harder and harder to make questions out of this book. In 1987, 48 volunteers unveiled a quilt in Washington, D.C. What did this quilt commemorate? I don't think so, Ditto. I'm pretty sure that's a no. Aaron got it. It is AIDS deaths. Yes, it was the AIDS quilt. Yes, good job to Aaron. The answer is AIDS. To honor loved ones lost to the AIDS epidemic. I'm sure there's a movie about Lovelace. Surely. All right. So, in 1919, the first in-flight meal was served. They were flying from London to which city? The first in-flight meal was served on a flight from London to Paris. That goes to Veer. The answer is Paris. which isn't a very long flight. Well, this was in 1919, so maybe it was a long flight. Don't really think you need a meal for going London to Paris, but maybe they did back then. The first Olympics in an Asian country was held in which city? The first Olympics held in an Asian country was held in which city? Not Beijing, not Seoul. There's one earlier than Seoul. It's not Beijing or Seoul. Ditto got it. It was Tokyo. It was the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. It was Tokyo. What did allegedly, I did that video about it not long ago. Allegedly, what did Leif Erikson name the land he discovered in North America? What did Leif Erikson name the land he discovered in North America? Ginger Joe Land. Not quite, Ashna. Definitely not New England. You would never. Bluetooth land, yeah, no. Not Greenland, Janice. He already lived in Greenland. His dad founded Greenland. His dad named Greenland, actually. So close. His dad named Greenland. But what did Leif Erikson call the land that he found in North America? And Veer got it. It is Vinland. Good job to Veer. The answer is Vinland, which is in Newfoundland today. Let's see. So in 1945, U.S. physicist Percy L. Spencer applied for a patent for an invention. He thought of it after seeing a chocolate bar melt near a radar machine. It's just pronounced Newfoundland. It's a British thing. First of all, Ditto got it. It's the microwave. Good job to Ditto. The answer is the microwave. Veer, it's because when the British named places, they're just terrible at pronouncing things correctly. At least, like, colonizing British Empire people did. So instead of Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland. Goodness. Let's see. I am starting to get tired. I think I'm going to start wrapping this up. I am finally feeling the sleepies. Oh, you thought it was Newfoundland? That's funny. Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. In 2020, I guess scientists successfully reintroduced what animal to mainland Australia? What animal was reintroduced to mainland Australia in 2020? Mainland being the key word there, meaning that it's found in other parts of Australia. Veer got it. It's the Tasmanian devil. Good job to Veer. The answer is the Tasmanian devil. Let's see. Let me throw out one more and then I'll get some sleep. Veer, calm down about the capybaras. You got it right. Goodness. What can I make into another question? I want another invention one. Oh, okay, how about this? What was photographed for the first time in 2004? And I'll give more hints as we go, unless someone gets it. What was photographed for the first time in 2004? Not Mars. It's on the planet Earth. Something on planet Earth was photographed for the first time in 2004. Something that had never been captured on film before. An iPod? What the heck? Ditto got it. It's the giant squid. Good job to Ditto. Scientists off the coast of Tokyo managed to photograph a giant squid for the first time. Pretty cool. Let's see. So Ashna was basically right. A mermaid? No, honey. No. They're not mermaids. Although that'd be kind of cool if that's what mermaids are like. It could have been a mermaid. Okay, let me find one more. What Japanese company was founded in 1889? What company was founded in Japan in 1889? Not Sony. It was Nintendo. Good job to Ditto. The answer is Nintendo. They started off making, they have pictures of them. They made playing cards. And then it turned into video games eventually. I'm going to call it a night. I'm starting to get sleepy finally. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, ringing the bell in case I do any other surprise lives. But I always go live Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Actually, I was thinking of changing the day of trivia. I was going to throw up a poll in the morning because if you remember, if some people here remember, I used to do trivia on Mondays, my time. But when I moved here with my sister and her husband, my sister's husband was off on Mondays and he would very loudly play video games during my trivia time. So I didn't want to tell him to not enjoy himself so I could go live, right? So I moved it to Wednesdays when he was working. Thanks, Janice. But now he doesn't work Wednesdays anymore. So now I'm thinking of moving it back to Mondays or maybe another day. So, yeah, Ashna, I agree. So I'm considering, either keeping it Wednesdays because it works, going back to Mondays, or maybe just picking an entirely different day. I'm going to make a poll. Actually, I'm going to make it right now before I forget, before I go to sleep. So be sure to go vote in that and let me know what you guys think. So I'm going to end it for now. Thank you guys. Have a good night or rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. See you later. Buenas